Will there be an escape? Will there be a rapture? All these questions that we have as far as the end days and the time that we in right now. Let's go ahead and jump into the scripture and see what the scriptures got to say about this. First, we're going to start off in Hosea. Let's go to Hosea. Hosea 2. Let's go to Hosea 2. And we'll slide on up a little bit. Slide on up. And Hosea 2, Yahuwah is talking about Hosea, right? Hosea was the prophet, right? So Hosea was talking to us through the prophet Hosea. Yahuwah was talking to us through the prophet Hosea. And basically, he was talking to his people, the children of Israel, right? Let's see what he got to say. We'll start off at Hosea 2, verse 13. Let's go. And thou shalt punish her for the days of the Baals, to which she burned incense and adorned herself with her rings and jewelry, and went after her lovers, and forgot me, declares Yahuwah. Therefore, see, I am alluring her, and shall lead her into the wilderness, and shall speak to her heart, right? And give to her vineyards from there, and the valley of Achor as a door of expectation, and there she shall respond as in the days of her youth, as in the day when she came up from the land of Mizraim, right? The first time. Okay? Let's keep going. And it shall be in that day, declares Yahuwah, that you call me husband, and no longer call me Baal, as most of us do today, right? And don't call Yahuwah. Call them all by his other types of names, which is Baal. Let's keep going. And I shall remove the names of the Baals from her mouth, and they shall no more be remembered by their name. Right? And here it is. And in that day, what day? This day that we in today, I shall make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field and the birds of the heavens and with the creeping creatures of the ground. Why? Let's stop right there. Why is Yahuwah making a covenant with animals, right? Why is he doing that if we're going to leave, right? If we're going to leave the earth, why is he making a covenant? Let's keep going, though. Let's finish the scripture off. When bow and sword and battle, I break from the earth, and I shall make them lie down in safety. Okay. I break from the earth. So what that sound like? That sound like you leaving the earth, right? That do sound like you leaving the earth. But first thing we need to do is ask the question, why is he making a covenant with the beasts of the field and the birds of the heavens and the creeping creatures, right? Of the ground. Why? Because right now, certain animals and stuff that is in the wilderness, will devour us in some type of way. You know, some of the birds or whatever. But this is nature also. So nature, let's first of all, let's go see what break mean, right? Break. Let's go see what break mean in Hebrew. right quick. Let's go see what break means. And let's go see what break means. Break from the earth. Google search. Right? Moving slow. Let's go. All right. All right. So here we go. It's a strong word, right? Number 7665. Shabar. Shabar in Hebrew means break. To break, break in pieces. Okay? Short definition. To break, break in pieces. I mean, that's it, right? Keep going, break down, off, in pieces, up, brokenhearted, bring to birth, crush, destroy. Okay? What that sound like? Break. It sound like you breaking something, right? So break from the earth, right? Which will mean, let's go back to the scripture now. Break from the earth. And we're just gonna replace break. We're just gonna replace it with destroy, and not destroy from the earth, because we know break, and not break up from the earth. I destroy, I destroy from the earth. So from the earth, he's going to destroy. So that means he's going to make a covenant with the beasts of the field, right? And the birds, and the creeping creatures, right? All the animals, he's going to make a covenant. And when the bow and sword and battle, he is going to destroy from the earth. And he's going to let us lie down in safety, right? The same thing that I've been going over with y'all about my background and the true map of the Holy Land, right? And the true map right here. Let me show y'all once again. And come out now, come out the lie that they teach y'all, right? And everybody trying to lead y'all into what? Not life. This is the way. The way to what? The truth. To life. You know what I'm saying? He gave it to us. Who? Yahuwah. No man did this. Yahuwah gave that to us. So, going back to the scripture now, that don't mean in no type of way that we are leaving the earth. That don't mean it. Let's go ahead and move on to our second scripture. We're going to Luke. Let's go to Luke. Luke 21. We're going to Luke 21 and verse 33. And let's start from there. Let's go. The heaven and the earth shall pass away, right? But my word shall by no means pass away. Take heed to yourself, lest your hearts be weighed down by gluttony, drunkenness, and worries of this life, and that day come on you suddenly, right? So it ain't gonna just be just coming where you can see everybody know, right? That day is coming, right? For it shall come as a snare on all those dwelling on the face of the earth. Watch then at all times and pray that you be counted worthy to escape all these that are about to take place and to stand before the Son of Adam, right? And to stand but to escape, right? Escape all that's about to take place. Escape. Where are we escaping to? Well, we could think about, if you're thinking about the word escape, like you just going to escape the earth. No, that is not what escape means. We know what escape means. That you flee. First you got to flee, and then the word escape comes into play. When you make it away. We could think about Lot. Lot and his family, they escaped, right? We could think about David. When he had to escape. You know what I'm saying? He didn't leave the earth. Let's keep going. Let's go see what another scripture talking about. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians 4, and we'll start at 16. 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 16. Let's start there. Because the Master himself shall come down from heaven with a shout, with the voice of a chief messenger, and with the trumpet of Elohim, and the dead in Messiah shall rise first. Right? Then we, the living who are left, shall be caught away together with them in the clouds to meet the Master in the air. And so we shall always be with the Master, right? So we can see that people will still be here on earth living. The living who are left over shall be caught away together, though. Together with them in the clouds to meet the Master in the air. To meet him in the air. I don't mean that you leaving the earth. You just going up. You just going up there to meet him. All right? So you're going to have a chance to fly. But you're not leaving the earth. You're not escaping nothing. You're not you can escape, you know what I'm saying, the wrath is coming. Because a lot of y'all scared, right? Y'all scared of Yahuwah's wrath. But not understanding that he made a way for us. But we gotta listen to his voice. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 15. And we'll go down to 51. 1 Corinthians 15. Actually, we'll go up. Let's go up to one more scripture. We have 1 Corinthians 15, verse 50. And we'll start there. Now, this is a secret for y'all. Y'all ready? And as we have borne the likeness of the earthly, we shall also bear likeness of the heavenly, right? And this I say, brothers, that the flesh and blood is unable to inherit the reign of Elohim. Neither does the corruption inherit incorruption, right? So, what that mean? Your flesh is just for this earth right now, right? See, I speak a secret to you. We shall not all sleep. What that mean? We shall not all die. We shall not all die. But we shall all be changed. We all gonna be changed though. Right? When that time comes, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. right? So as you can see, you know that again, all everybody ain't gonna die. If you die, then you sleep. But if you alive, then you still here on earth. You ain't going nowhere. Ain't gonna be no rapture. Ain't gonna be nobody taking up and all of that. You know what I'm saying? No. You gonna be here. Where you gonna be? I ain't sure where you gonna be. You know? I know where I'm gonna be. Let me go ahead and give y'all a hint where I'm gonna be. Y'all see that background back there? That's where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be laying down in safety, eating good food that ain't got all of these chemicals and stuff in it that we eating right now in Babylon, right? Probably, probably eating human meat. We don't know what's in it. I'm gonna be drinking good fresh water, good fresh spring water, straight out the springs, right? I ain't gonna be drinking none of this water that they give you. We don't know what's in it. One thing we do know that's in it is plastic. There's a well-known fact. You know what I'm saying? That plastic gets contaminated and everything if it's in plastic, right? So now that we got that understood, right? That we got some scriptures under our belt now that's talking about, you know, the end days, right? When Yahshua come back, you know, for his chosen people, right? And everybody that's his. You know, if you're a true follower of Yahshua, and you know, he coming back for you, and we can see the escape, right? Um, and what the word break, break from the earth would mean, you know what I'm saying? Destroy, you know, destroy something, breaking in pieces from the earth, literally. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't really hard to really understand. And some people they make it their own desire. You know what I'm saying? Because people love hearing, oh, we ain't gonna have to where they scared of Yahuwah, right? Everybody's scared. So everybody wanna be raptured up. Everybody wanna be taken up. Which it was some taken, right? It was some taken up. Let's go to them scriptures and check them out right quick. Now we're gonna first start off in Genesis. Let's go to Genesis. Genesis 5. Genesis 5. And we will go to 23. Genesis 5:23. And let's start there. So all the days of Hanok, which is Enoch, all the days of Enoch were 365 years. Why? Why we got 365 days on our calendar, right? Anyway, let's keep going. And Hanok is the Hebrew word for Enoch, walk with Elohim. Then he was no more, for Elohim took him. Took him. Now, when we speak about a rapture, there you can consider that being a rapture. Okay? Took him. But first, let's go check out the definition of took in Hebrew. Mm-hmm. Let's Go check the definition of took. So Yahuwah took Noah, right? I mean Enoch. He took Enoch. Y'all think he gonna take a heathen? Better think again. Think again, my friend. All right. So Laquash, Laquash is the Hebrew word for took, and it means to take, receive, seized, acquire, buy, bring, marry, accept, right? Carry away, right? Fetch, get, okay? So we can see that definition now. Now that we done seen that definition, let's go back to the scripture, right? And put two and two together now. And took. So he came and he received them, right? Yahuwah received Enoch as he walked with him, you know? So as we can see, when you get to that point of being took, then you could consider that being a rapture, right? He took, but that's not what the scriptures are saying about us in this time and day, right? We have to endure until the end. Let's keep going. Let's go to Hebrews 11. Hebrews 11, verse 5. And let's read verse 5 and 6. And they're still talking about Enoch. By belief, Enoch was translated so as not to see death, and was not found because Elohim had translated him. For before his translation, he obtained witness, though, that he pleased Elohim. But without belief, it is impossible to please him. For he who comes to Elohim has to believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those earnestly seeking him, right? So that's why he took Enoch. So let's go to 2 Kings right quick. Let's get another example of somebody being taken up, right? We're going to 2 Kings 2:11. 2 Kings 2:11. And here we go. And it came to be, as they continued on and spoke, that see, a chariot of fire with horses of fire, which separated the two of them, right? And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into the heavens, right? A chariot. So a lot of people think that the chariot's gonna come back and grab them up, but that is not what the scriptures are saying. You got to be worthy to escape in the first place, and He's gonna make a covenant with the earth and the animals. We're gonna be safe, lie down in safety. I went over plenty of scriptures in these past weeks about coming out of Babylon and being into the gathering, right? The gathering into all of us being able to go to the true holy land and being able to survive. Let's read one more scripture. And Elisha, who saw it, and he cried out, my father, the chariot of Israel and his horsemen. And he saw him no more. Then he took hold of his own garments and tore them into two pieces, right? So he saw them no more. That's it. None of the scriptures about the end times and what all the scriptures that people use about the rapture and all of that. None of it say anything about being raptured up. None of it. Or being seen no more. You know what I'm saying? Say we'll be changed. Won't all of us die? Where we at? We in Acts. Let's go to Acts. And we're gonna read Acts 1:9. Acts 1:9. Well, we'll go Acts 1:8 and go down to verse 9. But you shall receive power. Who? This is Yahshua talking, right? Yahshua is talking to his true followers. Let's go. But you shall receive power when the set apart spirit has come upon you, and you shall be my witnesses in Jerusalem and all Yehuda and Shimron and to the ends of the earth, right? In verse 9, and having said this, while they were looking on, he was taken up, and a cloud hid him from their sight. Okay? And we know that Yahshua was he died, though. He died, Yahshua died. Then he got resurrected. So he did die. But again, if there was gonna be a resurrection and we was gonna be taken up, then that's what it would say. It don't say we gonna be taken up. It say we're gonna have to endure until the end, be counted worthy to escape to where we can lie down in safety, which we not safe in Babylon. So we gotta come out now, we gotta come out now, and we gotta be counted worthy, because if we not, then we're not gonna make it. So you can know where this land is at, right? You can know all you want. But if you not counted worthy, the beast's gonna tell you you're not gonna even make it there, you know, because it's a covenant. See, nothing is hidden from Yahuwah. Yahuwah know everything. You know what I'm saying? So we can think that, oh, he don't know we're gonna make it, like a lot of Gentiles. You know, they don't want to serve Yahuwah or acknowledge him or nothing, but they want to enjoy the land. They enjoying their life right now, but it's coming like a thief. A thief. It ain't gonna be something you can see like 3-Eye Atlas, right? Oh, I can see 3-Eye Atlas. Nah, it ain't gonna be like that. Now, since we was talking about Enoch, why is the book of Enoch not in the 66? Why is the book of Enoch not in the 66? Well, this is the book of Enoch from the Apocrypha, right? Let's just read a couple scriptures. We in the book of Enoch, chapter 1, verse 1. Let's just read a couple scriptures right quick. The words of the blessing of Enoch, with which he blessed the elect and righteous, who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless are to be removed. This is why they removed the book of Enoch, right? That's why they removed it. The godless, the wicked, they're going to be removed. You know, Enoch, I'm going to get into more of the book of Enoch and a lot of them books that's in the Apocrypha. Because, I'm giving y'all the blueprint and the rundown. This map right here says it all. The beginning and the end, you know what I'm saying? The way to the truth and the life, from the set apart one, y'all song. I'm sitting here. I'm on a mission to gather up my father's people because there will be a second Exodus, which is the great escape when destruction is coming fast, like a thief, y'all. What does a thief do? A thief watches and plots for when you are least expecting him and at your weakest point, thinking that everything all good and you all good and it's all safe and you all safe and sound. That's when he coming.